Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. This is the third video I'm making in one sitting. Things to look for this Steelers training camp. The training camp is July something. I think it's a couple weeks from now, like that. So we still got a long time before the training camp actually gets going. But things I want to look for is four things I want to look for. I look forward to seeing is, and the first thing is Broderick Jones and Dan Moore competing. Those guys been going at it. Remember, they was doing it at the mini camps. They was doing it at the OTAs, going at it. Dan Moore actually is a guy too. I love about Dan Moore too as well, like that. Of course, I want Broderick Jones to go out there and play and be started like he's a better player overall. But Dan Moore, I like his mentality. He's not gonna just sit back and say, "Oh, all hope is lost." Like Kevin Dotson was doing. He's on something that I can do. I'm like, it's something you can do. Just keep competing. I think keep competing until you get opportunity. And when you get the opportunity, you keep grinding like that. But then Moore is going out there. He's playing hard. He's playing very hard like that, and like training very hard. And he's also helping Broderick Jones as well. He's not just sitting. He's not just like doing it like saying, "Oh, I ain't gonna help him. He coming from my spot, so I ain't gonna try to like teach him anything." He's actually helping them too. He's helping them and giving them knowledge and giving them advice about the game and giving them tips and tricks on things to do as well. That's a type of like real like mentorship and real leadership right there that you can respect. And it's all respect for Dan Moore for doing that stuff. Another thing I want to see as well is Calvin Austin. An improvement as well. Every time Kevin Austin has stepped on the training camp field, we've seen him go out there and just be an absolute beast. That second level speed, that first class speed he has, like that second burst he has, he's able to go out there and make so much things happen in the backfield. And if he can stay healthy and he can actually debut this year on the regular field and go out there and be that dynamic piece we missing, that deep threat piece we missing. We tried it with Chase Claypool, didn't work out too well. We tried it with Sammy Coates, it didn't work out too well. Of course, the last one we really had was a deep threat who was actually legitimately was Martavis Bryant. He was actually good before he started smoking too much weed and got himself on like suspended and stuff. Now the weed policy is a little different, so maybe he probably could have came back a little bit, but he's a little older now, so it ain't the same. But I think Kevin Austin would be our legitimate deep threat like that. Oh, I almost forgot. Darius Harry-Bay was another guy too, experimental guy. We thought he was gonna be a deep threat because he had the speed and stuff, but he can never like really just muster it all together. But I think Calvin Austin has that ability, that potential to be a type of guy. The Steelers are very good at finding receivers, that like building them up and stuff, and getting receivers too, like that, especially guys later in the round. So hopefully he become that guy, and we see him on the field and go out there and just ball out. Another thing I want to see is the offensive scheme. Changing as well. Like I know Matt Canada been talking about the changing offensive scheme, adding more play actions and using the play action game. Kenny Pickett being able to throw on a run, his ability. We seen him last year. He was more successful when he was throwing on the run like that. He was able to move and use athleticism, his legs like that to create down the field as well. And also I want to see a lot more heavy sets. I want to see 12 personnels. We got a guy like Darnell Washington, a guy who call himself the 6'0 lineman. He kind of is a 6'0 lineman. You watch some of his highlights and some of his film at college at Georgia. He was a guy who can just plow through and just be a pass blocker, or he could be a run blocker as well, a nice run blocker. And his ability to actually catch like that and be a nice catcher. You see his hands and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of different plays in the red zone are going to be very versatile for him like that. Him to branch off and like maybe fake the block and get off the block, and then go out there and run like a nice fade or run an out route. And different ways to trick the defense. It's going to be nice to see how Darnell Washington is used. And Pat Fryman, we know Pat is a beast. So him and Darnell Washington going to be nice. Imagine like we do some sets where we have Pat Fryman line up wide. We have Darnell Washington inside like that in three-point stance, and then just have them go out there and run routes together like that. Those two guys with George Pickens and Jesse Johnson be like, oh, they're using tight ends go out like that. So like Pat Fryman, I want to see him more and some more wide out sets as well, because last year we seen him some wide out sets and it actually worked like that. Pat Fryman was the type of tight end who can go out there and line up wide like a receiver like that and make things happen and stuff. We see it with Travis Kelce, what he do with the Chiefs, Darren Waller as well, what he doing with the Ravens, not the Ravens, the Raiders. He was with the Ravens at first, but then he got moved to the Raiders, but now he's a Giant now. Like that. So we've seen kind of the stuff like kind of how they started like mixing it up, and those tight ends just start becoming more versatile. One of my favorite tight ends to watch, of course, besides the Steelers tight ends, Heath Miller and stuff, was Antonio Gates. I love watching Antonio Gates. So where he worked in the red zone, I feel like Darnell Washington, if he can just kind of like muster some of that, he has the type of build, that type of style. The way Gates worked in the red zone was absolutely amazing. One of my favorite players to watch, who wasn't a Steeler like that. One of my favorites to watch who wasn't a Steeler. He was amazing to see in the red zone. He caught 128 touchdowns. So Darnell Washington can become something like that in the red zone and become like a touchdown threat, a red zone threat, and just make plays like that. And like through an extension of his blocking as well, he's gonna be something to deal with, a force to be reckoned with. Another thing too is the defense, defensive players' versatility. Like that, we're seeing a lot of guys like Ken O'Neal who's able to play linebacker, who's able to play safety, who's able to play corner, nickel corner. We see Devontae KZ all over the field, nickel corner and safety and corner everywhere like that. And then of course Pat P, lately been talking about like working at safety as well, trying to like extend his career and learn how to adjust and learn how to be versatile and play in different sets and looks. And the Steelers got a lot of players like that who are able to do that stuff. They're gonna cover up and help so much out, especially when like we have we want some of these guys to guard some of these like. Usually Steelers do that little set where they have the linebackers guarding these receivers in the slot and all type of stuff. But we can have these guys who are versatile who can step down and guard some of these guys like KZ and Neal can come down and be like, oh, we got him in the set. He gonna guard this tight end. He gonna guard this guy right here. And Corey Trice, another guy as well, who's like 6'4", who can go out there and guard some of these guys. It's gonna be nice to see. And the Steelers can kind of have free range, and their defense will be more creative and be more creative getting to the quarterback, different blitz looks and stuff like that. With the way we work it, it's gonna be nice and beautiful to see. Terrell Austin did a pretty good job last year as defensive coordinator, him and Mike Tomlin. So we're gonna see how Coach Tomlin and Terrell Austin do this year with the creativity and with the new guys added to the roster. But I'm very excited and very pumped up to see what happened in training camp, and then pumped up for the season. We're almost there. It's almost the final countdown. The final countdown like Europe to get to the NFL season. It's gonna be nice to see I've been so anxious to wait to like see some football. I love basketball. Don't get me wrong, I love basketball. Basketball is one of my favorite sports as well. And I love watching wrestling and stuff like that. Sports entertainment like that. But MMA is cool and stuff too. But football is my favorite sport ever. I just love watching football. I love the competitive nature of it. I love playing football too as well. But I just love watching football. It's just very fun and stuff. So I can't wait till the football season start and we can get this party going, get it rocking, and SteelerNation can finally get back to a level of excellence that we once were in the past and stuff, and recapture that history. We on a stairway to 7, like that, like the Stairway to Heaven song. Remember that song? We on a stairway to 7. We're on a stairway to 7, and hopefully we can get there. Hopefully we can get there like that, and hopefully the doors are not closed. But if we can get there, that would be nice for us to win our 7th Super Bowl, the first team ever to win 7 Super Bowls. The Patriots got 6 right now, tied with us. We can't allow that to happen anymore. They've been tied with us for quite some time. Let's try to win another one and add more to the legacy and build a new dynasty in a new era of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's all I got for today's video, guys. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.